Wrestling inside Cameron Indoor Stadium. Are you having fun yet? We moved to 133. Kyle Orine, the two-time defending champ, 13-6, the 4 seed entering today. He has plowed his way into the final to take on Connor McGonagle, the 2 seed. McGonagle was banged up for a good chunk of the year, but he has been solid his first year in Blacksburg. And here comes Orine. It's been a tough regular season for Orine. He started at 141 to begin the year, dropped down to his natural 133, and he took down the top seed, Ethan Oakley, earlier today.
Yeah, you said kind of struggled a little bit this year, but if you watch the semifinal match, you wouldn't know it. Kyle Orine seems to officially be back in his peak form just in time for the ACC tournament, and what better matchup to go than Connor McGonagle.
And we should note the Kyle Orine celebration officially approved by our very own Julius Creed.
Yeah, Kai is definitely a free spirit. NC State fans love him when he starts to show his emotion.
Been down this road before, NC State, Virginia Tech. They collided at 25, and now here they collide at 133. Connor McGonagle, the redshirt junior, Roxbury, New Jersey. Two-time NCAA qualifier, but that was a while back, early in his career, 21 and 22. Missed a couple of months this season, transferred in this off-season from Lehigh.
And looking back at the dual meet when they wrestled, there was very little offense throughout the whole match. They went to overtime. Kyle Orine went for a throw, and McGonagle defended it for a takedown. Already we're seeing more offense. Orine on a big shot, but McGonagle, you see how he uses his legs here, almost his arms, kind of like a boa constrictor, really hard to finish on. He's going to be looking to get both legs. If he gets his hips in, he'll have his legs in for a takedown. Kyle Orine's got to really try to get that leg shelved up and continue to work out the back. Could be a stalemate here if nobody improves.
And that's exactly what we get. McGonagle this season, his only loss was to Tyler Wells of Minnesota. That was back on November 9th. We talked about the 2 months away from competition as far as in this Virginia Tech lineup, but he has been perfect since his return. He's won 10 straight, number of those wins coming via the bonus point.
Yeah, with a guy like McGonagle, when you get to their legs, similar to Reese Heller, what we saw earlier in the night, if you try to just finish with one leg and you get lazy on the finish, you're not finishing. They're going to put you in a scramble, and it actually ends up being their advantage. So if you're Orine and you get back to that shot, you got to be ready to double off, because a lot of McGonagle's offense comes from his scrambling ability.
McGonagle can be an absolute hammer on top. He's really good at sticking in those legs. Orine feeling that pressure. Both wrestlers in the center. Orine tried to change level there and drop into a low shot. Cut off effectively by Connor McGonagle. One of 6 Hokies throughout the course of the regular season with a 40% or higher bonus clip. He was right at 65% checking into this postseason.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Solid career at Lehigh. Talked about his final year of eligibility. Wanted to find a spot to really push deep into the NCAAs, and he has really blended well with Coach Roby and this staff in Blacksburg. Went into the transfer portal a day before the NCAAs last year. Roby talked to Pat Santoro. Both of those individuals very good friends, and he got in contact with him right away.
Orine wants to force that upper body, but McGonagle's doing a great job. Every time Orine jacks up an underhook, McGonagle's getting off the position, circling back into the center of the mat, never letting Orine get a full head of steam there. There he goes for a shot. Orine re-attack. This is where McGonagle's really hard to finish on. He gets those elbows, and his grip is really strong. Watch Kyle Orine loves to go mixer here. He might give it a shot. Not going to get it.
Yeah, we've seen him hit that cement mixer a time or two. Just 2 seconds to go in this opening period.
Yeah, it's almost as a fan, you want him to go for it, but you also don't if he doesn't have it. It's a But that's who Kai Orine is, right? He's a live by the sword, die by the sword kind of guy.
Orine trying to change the Wolfpack fortunes tonight in the finals. 1-3. Matty Singleton, the only ACC title thus far. Robinson, Fishback, Scott, all with near misses. 5 finalists tonight for North Carolina State, the 2-time defending champion, trying to become a 3-timer.
And this will be a critical start for Orine. You mentioned McGonagle is one of the best guys in the country on top. If Orine can get out quick, it really changes the match. Here he's looking to go behind McGonagle at back points. He's just so stingy on top. He's able to pull guy's body back onto him. And when he gets his legs in, it's lethal.
Only the one swipe, so no harm. Back to the center, 14 seconds into the second period.
Look for McGonagle to maybe have a quicker start here. Win the first whistle, get weight on Orine's hands, and then he can start getting his legs in.
Good action underneath off the whistle by Orine.
That was an awesome first move by Orine. I talked about McGonagle maybe having a first move. Kai was really quick, hit a switch, went to those double overs, make McGonagle respect that upper body game of Orine and cut him loose for an escape in 17 seconds. Not many people in the country are able to get out of McGonagle in that amount of time.
Just 17 seconds of riding time. That's uncharted territory, as you talked about, for McGonagle. He is used to punishing his opponent underneath. Both wrestlers grounded here. Now Orine pops back up onto his feet, working off this front headlock. Sticks in that underhook. Let's see what Orine elects to do with it.
If you're Orine, use that pressure, push and then snap. Look for a snap release. McGonagle's just doing a good job of matching the pressure.
Referee has seen enough. He wants a fresh start. 42 seconds to go in this second period.
Seconds here in the second period. See if anybody picks up their activity or if they're content to go to the third. See Orine trying to get back to that upper body position, but McGonagle just having none of it.
Short time in this second period. The Orine escape early in the second. The difference right now. And Orine tough on top as well. We talked about McGonagle, but Orine knows how to ride as well. The Nothing But Net crew will be at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte for the ACC Men's Tournament starting Tuesday afternoon, 1:30 Eastern, right here on ACC Network. They'll have pregame, halftime, and postgame shows throughout the tournament, providing previews, highlights, analysis, game breakdowns, and interviews with both the coaches and the players. Trent, what do you expect from Orine in this top position?
Well, when Orine's been at his best the past couple of years, he's been really dominant in the top position. He's been able to get riding time and look for turns. He's going to try to do that in the third period here, but McGonagle doing a good job of getting to his feet. The refs aren't going to let him take him out of bounds very often. You see McGonagle hits a switch, already almost out. They're going to start the count there, but this is where McGonagle's good at looking for reversals. They're going to call a reversal here really shortly. That's a reversal from McGonagle. Good trade reversals here. Kai's going to make sure you just get your one, though, because McGonagle's technically still on top here.
So you look at this position, McGonagle's still in control, and we get a stalemate. So he gets the reversal. Tonelli up for Virginia Tech as we take another look.
Yes, you'll see here, McGonagle does a good job of getting himself into this rear standing position. That's a reversal. As soon as he gets his hips behind, he calls that. And what Tonelli wants to see is that riding time was going up for Orine while McGonagle got that reversal. So he wants to check that riding time.
Just like McGonagle, Tonelli in his first year in Blacksburg, introduced as the associate head coach last April. 8 years in New York City as the head coach of Columbia, the All-American wrestler, Big Ten finalist back in his days in Madison, representing Wisconsin.
Yeah, I talked about earlier how big of a value asset that Tonelli is for Virginia Tech. Having the ability to bring a head coach into an assistant role is huge. Tonelli knows, he knows a lot of wrestling, right? He's going to help these guys develop as wrestlers, but he also understands the business side of it as a head coach, and that's a huge asset for Virginia Tech.
This is not a challenge. The officials over at the replay panel. Is this a clock issue then you're thinking with the riding time?
Yep, so what I think happened here is when McGonagle got rewarded that reversal, there was a little bit of a flurry, and they forgot to start the riding time in favor of McGonagle. So even though he was on top, the time was still going up for Orine, so they need to go back and manually adjust that.
You look at Connor McGonagle and his path throughout his career. I think a lot of people forget the fact he was a top 5 wrestler in the country just a couple of years ago before he suffered that terrible injury that kept him out of the NCAAs. And then the following year, last season, he lost a wrestle-off in sudden victory to the phenom Ryan Crookham. So he lost the starting job. Crookham went on to become an All-American. He placed 3rd. Really jarring news for Lehigh. Hated to see Crookham absent from this year's NCAA championship with an injury. One of, quite frankly, a lot of stars who really had to bow out this year because of injury.
Really unfortunate for Crookham, and you know with McGonagle, he's up there with some of the best guys in the country year in and year out, and he feels like this is his year to finally get a shot and make a big impact. There you see Orine do another great job circling up, threatening that upper body position, something that McGonagle hasn't been able to figure out on top. Setting the stage again, 2-2, a minute 15, similar to where they were in the dual meet. Very tight. Someone needs to go out there and get a takedown. I want to see this match decided on their feet.
And just resetting that riding time after that break. They reset the riding time as we discussed. So right now it's not a factor. 9 seconds in the corner of McGonagle. A minute to go, tied at 2.
Fresh start here. We'll see if somebody commits to getting to their offensive attacks with 53 left.
You can go all day, McGonagle.
It's a sweep attempt by Orine. He feels like he has a read on it. He's just inches away from it.
Orine off this front headlock after the initial shot from McGonagle. Switches off to the side, comes back parallel out in front. 20 seconds to work.
A little bit of shuck by Orine. He's got his hands on the leg. He can't let McGonagle throw that leg in on the other side. Orine feels he's got to get his hips up. Can he come out the back, or can McGonagle get up top? They go out of bounds. Good job by the referee to be in position. As soon as they went out, he called it. He was all over it.
Seconds. We have had our share of extra wrestling tonight, and it looks like we're going to head there again at 1:33. Some free wrestling, 2 minutes up on the board. Sudden victory to determine this one.
You see how McGonagle's so comfortable when guys get to his legs. He only uses it to his advantage, throws his other leg over top to try to put a leg in and come out with a takedown. Very sneaky.
McGonagle comes in on that low shot. Orine was ready for it. Now Orine with that left arm underhook, back up to his feet. McGonagle driving.
It's a little whip over technique by Orine. Go drag. He's got to stop the funk. Does he have the leg hook? Nothing called yet. McGonagle's going to try to continue this scramble. You see he's got a bite on that leg. Orine's got a limp knee out. This is the best scoring opportunity for either guy so far. Ref's going to let it play.
No control yet. McGonagle still with that leg. They roll through. Now McGonagle in a position to get the 3. Scramble continues. An ACC title on the line. McGonagle cinches the legs and gets the 3. Virginia Tech does it again.
Challenge brick out by NC State. They're going to try to see if Orine did have control before that scramble ensued. Total madness here in Cameron Indoor.
Can you recall a championship night, where we have had so many barn burners, last-second matches down to the wire?
Fans getting hostile here in Cameron Indoor. You see Orine do a great drag. NC State fans are going to be, NC State coaches are looking, was that a takedown there? He has the leg hooked. McGonagle's got a grip in on that leg, and then the scramble ensued. That's really tight. I can see him having an argument, but it's just so hard to tell with reaction time. Was it right here? Did he have enough right there? Man, that's close, Sean. But will they go back and overturn that? That's what I'm not sure of. With the independent review, with fresh eyes on it, maybe. There he rolls. Does he have enough control there? He has the leg hooked. I'm glad I'm not the refs in this situation. I do not want to be the one making that call. Credit to McGonagle for just continuing to stay with it. He was in a rough position, continued to wrestle, ended up getting a scramble that he could score, which they called.
And you brought up a good point, Trent. This is an independent look at these ACC championships. So the officials are away from the monitor.
I'll be surprised if they overturn this, if I'm being honest. Just with the way these matches have gone, with the reaction time, it seems like we're letting guys wrestle through positions. I would be surprised if they overturn that. But then again, I shouldn't be surprised if anything tonight. This has been crazy. It's like we have a decision in.
Tense moments from Cameron Indoor as we listen in. The three is awarded. The call on the mat stands. Connor McGonagle, 1 year in the ACC, and he brings home an ACC title. 5-2, your winner in sudden victory.
Good job by McGonagle as he's letting the NC State fans know it as the boo birds come out. He doesn't care. He's an ACC champion. He wrestled through the scramble. He got control. He got the winning takedown. Hokies fans love it.
Eddie Ventresca in sudden victory, and then his buddy Connor McGonagle, his teammate for the Hokies. And the Virginia Tech fans having